Hey Capricorns, and welcome to your March 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And oh my gosh, look at these energies coming up for you. I'm not surprised. We've got some really incredible stuff, some more difficult stuff, and everything in between. It does appear. Right off the bat, I can tell you guys need to go and watch my middle Saturn video. As y'all know, Saturn is in Capricorn, and it just got to the midpoint, which really changed up the energy quite a bit. So I will link that down below as well as in the top right hand corner. So after this video, be sure to go and check that out. I think it will help a lot if you haven't seen it already. I will also link the part 1 channeling for Saturn and Capricorn as well, because I think that what I'm seeing in this reading is just some Saturn stuff going on, and also Pluto stuff. I mean, Saturn and Pluto are both there, and we had a pretty big Capricorn stellium back in January, so you guys are kind of recovering from that and kind of deciding how you want to channel that energy still yet, as it's still kind of maybe lingering for you. So I'm wishing you guys a lot of love and light going into this month, because it will be a month that sticks around. I feel like the energy that comes from this month sticks, and the choices that are made here are seen in the long run, and you ultimately get a lot of really good potential here as well to build and to move up and to face anything which has felt like it was threatening you. There's a really good opportunity to really get things into order here, which is kind of similar to what was coming up in February. This is one of the most energetically powerful months of the year. This is the astrological new year. We move from Pisces, the ultimate ending, to Aries, the ultimate beginning, on March 20th. And also, Capricorns, I will be doing a live stream for that on March 20th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you'd like to come to that, I hope to see you there. I'll be doing on-the-spot readings and chatting about the equinox leading up to a video channeling about it. So yeah, be sure to come and write that down and check that out if you get the opportunity. But the equinox for you will be a big new opportunity. There will be I think it'll be really new for you, actually, even though Saturn's in your sign and it kind of prolongs the status quo of your life. There's a sense of things really changing up, and a lot of things dropping off as well, which is very possible during this time. I think that you are really thinking about what you're holding on to. You're really thinking about what's in your life. You're thinking about your environment, and you're thinking about your choices. You're really getting retrospective with things in the beginning of March, it looks like. And then perhaps moving towards the end of the March, thinking that that holds you back or something. But hopefully you're watching this video maybe a little bit early and can see that the retrospection happens in the beginning. The things that need to fall out and fall through, there's a good opportunity for that in the beginning. And then you move towards middle and late March with a solid template of how to thrive, of what changes need to be made, of a slow implementation of the responsible sort of self-preserving yet responsible choices that need to be made in your life. I think you're going to have a lot more resources to work with starting in this month and moving forward. You have a lot of cards that deal with material stability and security. 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. It feels like you're doing really well saving, or you're really perhaps also conserving your energy, conserving your finances, and really having a good responsibility there that I feel you get very rewarded for. I think that a lot of you are building a foundation that is really difficult to shake, and I think that the Tower reversed coming up in your reading could also sort of be saying that, due to this great foundation, the full effects of the Tower are not felt because, maybe things start to get a little bit unstable, but you have such a good foundation to work with that it's not really shaking that, which I think is wonderful to see for Capricorn, and I think it's been a long time coming. Your other major arcana this month is the Hierophant, so there's a light bulb moment coming, and there's sort of an unlocking happening, and an unlocking of a way of living that you might not have felt before or in a long time. Something that you've wanted to access for a long time that has been unavailable for you becomes more possible here through what you're doing and through the efforts that you're making. So there's a lot of unlocking happening, and I do perhaps feel like there's a bit of release that needs to happen here as well. This is the case for everyone. Pisces time and even Aries time in its way are both quite releasing archetypes, because Pisces is the ultimate ending, the ultimate exhale, and then Aries really demands that we move forward in a way that is not hindered or not inhibited by excess weight. And there's a little bit of excess weight here. Four of Pentacles, like you need to perhaps let go of something, holding on too strongly to a grudge or to resentment, as well as Eight of Swords. It's like there's a trauma cycle that you still haven't been able to get past, and it's still kind of haunting you. Seven of Wands, perhaps a bit of conflict. Six of Cups reversed, a lack of closure or a lack of being met halfway by someone from the past, it could be. We are all kind of dealing with the past here and making perhaps some of the last amends with things that went awry there. So having healthy closure within, letting yourself pervade any type of proverbial prison that you feel placed in, no longer facing opposition and conflict in a way that doesn't solve it. These are all things that might sound a bit boring and a bit Saturnine, but it is the reality of your experience here and now. And there's a great, great level that you build to through facing these things that you have not really experienced before. But anyway, Capricorn, let's go ahead and get into the week to week and understand more specifically what's coming up for you. In the first week of March, you have the Tower reversed, rooted down by Three of Pentacles. So, two extremely foundational energies coming up. Are we surprised? Not really. That's been a lot of what your experience has entailed for the last year, ever since Saturn went into your sign. You are probably doing the last little bit of work there, because again, that first half of the Saturn transit was about establishing the foundation, and then the second half is about making and building on top of it. So this is one of the last kind of foundational opportunities coming in where you're building who you are, your identity, what's underneath you, what people don't see, and then hopefully you can move forward to the equinox time and be ready to build on top of it. Yes, that first week is great for any last touches to the foundation, to the bottom of your experience, with an effort towards moving up. There could be a little bit of a, what do I want to say? A false alarm there as well. So for those of you facing anything kind of scary, I do feel like it might possibly be a false alarm. And you kind of might be a little bit tested with how you react to like potential emergency situations, but I think that they end up being smaller than anticipated. Week number 2, the Hierophant rooted down by Seven of Wands. There's lots of discovery coming in about conflict in your life and about opposition. Seven of Wands has been coming up time and time again for you, Capricorn. Realizing that you're on higher ground, realizing that you have a lot of weight and a lot of energy within you, yet feeling opposed for that, and remembering, though, that you are on higher ground and that gives you the ability to face that opposition, yet there's still a pain and a pain in your heart about so many people seeming to be against you in what you're doing. And I think that really, and it's really beautiful how both of these weeks at the end of the 2018 year cycle come in to really give you something that you needed. The Hierophant is all about sort of an unlocking of new territory, a new light bulb moment, and for that to be rooted down by Seven of Wands, it says to me that the opposition and the adversity that you've faced is unlocked and sort of maybe channeled through. What do I mean by that? Like, it now manifests itself into something different. It's like that's over. That's done. Is kind of what it feels like to me. Really, really beautiful. Look for any signs or symbols about conflict or about people who you have conflict with, middle ground that can happen. I feel like what I'm feeling is like the energy of like a peace treaty, really, with that energy, and finding peace with things which have been sources of conflict for a long time. Really, really nice energy there. Week number 3, and moving into the equinox, you have Nine of Pentacles rooted down by Six of Cups reversed. So, Nine of Pentacles is great territory for you right now. That is using a Saturn and Capricorn transit positively. It means you're doing something right. You are getting more wealth, more abundance, maybe a nice tax refund there. Even for some of you, that could look like inheritance or unexpected raises, unexpected promotions. Really, really beautiful. I love Nine of Pentacles for you right now. And don't let yourself spin it in a negative way is what I'm hearing. Because with Six of Cups reversed, rooting that down, you could kind of be like, wow, I've come to this place. I have this money. I have this abundance. I have this home, this wealth, and it feels like I don't have the people to share it with that I want. Six of Cups is about sharing and about communion, about connecting, also about nostalgia, people from the past. So things representing that, it's very Cancerian energy, feel a little bit reversed right now and are coming up in roundabout ways. There is a roundabout nature to March, I will definitely say that, where things, and this is a collective thing, where what we're looking for, what we need, our desires, they tend to come from unexpected places right now because that's part of the magic of it. That's part of the Neptune magic We might expect that, this wound that I feel within needs to be healed by this one person from my past who I never had closure with. And it's like you don't necessarily get that, but you have like this new relationship come in that heals it, or you have this new something completely unexpected that heals what you thought could only be healed by something else, which is really, really beautiful. And I like that Nine of Pentacles is on top. It says to me that despite any disconnect, despite not feeling like you're getting the love and connection you need, there is still a sense of thriving and still a sense of enjoying your abundance, enjoying your benevolence. You're one of the most abundant signs right now if you allow yourself to be. It's a great time to be in nature. We're getting towards spring there. We are moving into spring there. So nature walks, being out in the sunlight, more diurnal experiences, less nocturnal experiences, really, really great for your healing. Also working on your body, working on your health. Nine of Pentacles is a very healthy energy, so giving your body all the fuel it needs, supplementing perhaps, not taking away. This doesn't feel like diets where you're starving yourself. This doesn't feel like a lack. It feels like giving to yourself, and that really helps that Saturn energy as well. Week number 4, you have 4 of Pentacles rooted down by 8 of Swords. So kind of a nice numerology there, a 4 and an 8 in the 4th week. Again, this deals with grudges. It deals with emotional pain. It deals with what you hold on to, what you conserve, what you hold back, what you don't say, and how that has become a prison for you. Okay, deep, deep stuff coming up. You start the week on a deep level. You start the month on a deep level. You end the month on a deep level. And what happens in the middle of it gives you the key to finding more happiness and prosperity in your life. I feel like there's a realization in the 4th week. You've come out of the equinox. You've come into a very new way of beginning already, a new way of being already. And you see quite clearly that this 4 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords connection that you've been going through for a while, you hold on to things, and then by virtue of holding on to them, you feel hurt by them and you feel trapped by them. You hold on to resources and then you can't get out from under them. That has to be seen here and now. And there has to be a 2 of Wands energy that comes in as your central theme here that sort of shows you how to keep the world in your hands versus like on your body and like weighing you down. It feels like you just feel trapped by the things that you have, yet you want those things. It's a precarious place to be, and it is part of the Capricorn soul evolution, is the tangible material connection to the emotional connection, and how you're affected by what you have, what you want, what you strive for. I think that some of you can make a new beginning or make a change, or have a move or something and get a lot of healing from that, but I really think a lot of you have to face this and have to see how you can take what you have and make it be what makes you thrive. And if that feels impossible, release it. 4 of Pentacles says maybe there are some grudges, some pain, perhaps even some resources that we are holding on to which are harming us, especially rooted down by something like 8 of Swords. So think about how you're trapped by what you have, and think about how you can transmute that into something that gives you the world. 2 of Wands reversed, we have the world, but we're not using it. We're not using the advantages of having the world, of being this worldly person, of having these resources. We feel more impoverished than we are, perhaps. We feel that we have less options than we actually do. So seeing the reality and seeing the strength of the foundation that you've built, and the new options, the new opportunities that does give you, and not operating from the same place of lack, loss, codependence that you were before this Saturn transit. Because again, the Saturn transit hitting the midpoint, it's a big shift. So you have that almost at the same time as you have the change of the year, the equinox time. Within the same few months, you have that. So I really can't even articulate the big shift that happens within you, Capricorn. And it's Capricorn energy, so it's going to feel more like it's going to feel more like an increase of what's already there, but it is truly a shift. So think about how you could use that. Think about how you can use what you've been granted to make yourself happier, to make those around you happier, to thrive more, to find 9 of Pentacles. Maybe doing a little bit more research on your own about what 9 of Pentacles represents. 9 and 3 of Pentacles in the Hierophant. And even 6 of Cups could all be really good to do some shadow work with, especially in the beginning of March here and moving up towards the equinox. Again, all the shadow work that you can do then, if possible, so you can be ready to move into the equinox, the new year, the bright time of the year, with less need for that, is really, really supported, really great. But Anyway, Capricorns, it feels like a good concluding point. I've so enjoyed giving this reading to you, and I'm wishing you, love, abundance, prosperity during this month. I think that you can find a lot of it here. You're doing well. You have more security than you realize here, albeit maybe feeling aspected by some false alarms or some opposition. It's there nonetheless. It doesn't take it away. Anyway, as always, your likes, comments, and subscribes make my day. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when I do the equinox live stream and when your Capricorn readings post in the future. Again, that's March 20th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Come to the live premiere of the equinox video, chat, enjoy company, and get some community during that time. I would so love to have you all there. It'll be super fun. And again, you can check the description box if you wanted to book a reading or see any of my other healing resources. And we will talk soon, Capricorn. Much love. Bye.